Hey my loves, it's Harriet aka Honey, and I'm back with another video. I even got my little chef hat. Today we're going to be cooking. So it's nothing special. I'm going to be just smothering some pork chops, simmering them down, and having some broccoli and cheddar noodles with some extra broccoli that I'm just going to hook up a little bit. And some sliced tomatoes. I'm basically just making dinner. But I wanted to share that with you guys. And I wanted to show you the reason I finally found to wear this hat that I do like. But I was like, I can wear it as my chef hat because I'm not really going to wear it outside. So anyway, I'm glad to be able to do this with you guys. So if you want to see Harriet cook it real quick, then stay tuned.
I've been the ride, come and kick it with me, so I can take you through the subway 100 block and show you how my people be kicking it in the windy city. I wanna show you where I hang out at, where we make our scratch, where we sit on leather gripping wood, where the hustles got packs and the G's got stacks and the pimps got lax, rolling through the hood, and it feels so good. So good, when my breaking rain through my hood, you know the big switching lane is understood. All the living pimpers made, living wood, it feels so good.
Hey, it's Honey aka Harriet aka Honey, and this is my new intro. So go ahead and give that thumbs up, that like and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on my Facebook at Harriet Griffin, Honey Bear in parentheses, or you can hit me up at harrietgriffin.33 on my Instagram. I also have a POSHMARK, so you can hit that up, and that's Ronnie 2027. So I hope you guys like the new intro.
Give the love when I hit the club, got a weekend, it's the weekend, and the DJ bump my tattoos. Track move like some southern black blues, or like a coupe got cruise and they got shoes. It's like a bruise, I stand up be the hottest rap dude. Ride to this when you peel your hood. You can go around the block or travel the whole world. When you come back and steal your hood, and it feels so good. So good, when my breaking rain through my hood, you know the big switching lane is understood. All the living pimpers made, living wood, it feels so good. I spit some game with some intellect to the
more people see your home.
Alright you guys, so let's get into it. I got my oil
So the right buyer
warmed up, heated up because we're going to sear it. I dropped my burner down a little bit just because I had let it sit. I'm going ahead now and I'm searing my pork chops that I've already seasoned. And I'll show you guys in a minute. I do end up adding more seasoning, but I like to season my pork chops first, just so that I can get, you know, that sear on them and have that seasoning kind of into them when I'm searing them. And we just go a couple minutes on each side. And I went ahead, and I hope the lighting's good, so I'm just going to say it and show it to you. I've used my Johnny seasoning salt. I've used cayenne pepper, some chili powder, some of my McCormick Grill Mates Montreal steak seasoning, my ground paprika, black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder,
powder spices,
chives, that's Alexa, parsley flakes, and that's pretty much it. And then I just mixed it all up in this bowl, as you can see, and now we're searing it. I'm going to chop up my onion.
Thank you. We could try calling back. The real DJ called us.
And if you're hearing in the background and wanting to know what I'm watching, is Catfish. So I thought it would be good to kind of do this and watch my catfish, because this is pretty much what I would do when I come home or whatever, when I'm making dinner. So give me a second. I wanted to go ahead and show you guys what it looks like in the pan as we're searing it. So it's about time to go ahead and flip it. I'm so glad I get to do this with you guys. And actually, if you wanted to keep talking, I'm watching the new episode that comes on tonight. It airs earlier, but for some reason I guess it comes on at 5, but then it'll come on again like at on at 10. So I'm just cutting up some onions. I'm washing them off, because once we get this seared, I like to go ahead and then add in the onion, and then we're going to kind of just add our seasoning and our gravy, and then move on to the second part, which I told you would be, I'm just doing like some noodles and broccoli. It's cheddar and broccoli noodles, the pastaroni, and I'm going to add some extra broccoli to that. So I'm just rinsing my onions off. It's looking really good. It smells really, really good, you guys. So, next step, as we want to keep it moving, and just make sure it's got that sear on it. I'm going to flip one of them one more time. And then give that a minute, and then we're going to go ahead and throw in our onions and start getting them cooked. I went ahead and I added my onion to get that going. Stir that up. Let me give you guys that quick look. So there's the onions and the pork chops going. Once we kind of just get it going, we're going to go ahead to that. And I'm going to add in probably about a half a can. And these are just mushrooms, pieces and stems. They're my favorite. I like these, how they cook down. You could get, you know, any type of mushrooms that you want. You know, you don't have to use these kinds. And I like to use the oil at this time, or the juices. And I just going to stir that in and start getting that going. And I like to use the juices because it just adds that extra flavor when we add in the rest of our seasonings and our gravy.
The turf war starts right now. You will form 4 teams based solely on what region of the country you call home.
Some more mushrooms. Don't know why I was using that tongue to begin with. And I'm just taking my fork and I'm kind of stirring it up. And what we're doing at this point, because we just want to keep it at that high heat for a medium high heat, yes, medium high heat, for a little bit, and then season it, and then we're gonna just go ahead and pretty much that'll be simmering it down, season it at the gravy, and it'll be simmering it down. Now in this pot that you see behind you on the back stove that I have at about medium low. Yeah, I don't want to say medium high, you guys. It's about medium low on both of them, the front and the back. I'm adding my broccoli And these are just broccoli spears. You could use any type of broccoli, but I had these left over and I wanted to go ahead and knock these out. Plus I just like them. And I wanted to get those going first before we go ahead and make our cheddar and broccoli, because these were frozen. And you could have cut them, because like I said, they're broccoli spears. I could have cut them down, but we don't really need to do that. And I just have some butter. I'm going to add a little bit of my Johnny's to that, just to get that going for about 10 minutes. Since it's on about medium low, you can cover it or not. You don't really need to cover it at this point. Like I said, it was in the freezer, so let me get my face in there so you guys can see me. It was in the freezer, so we pretty much were just kind of cooking it a little bit. We don't want to cook it too much. We don't want them to be...
No, it's like my phone is already on, like it's already logged in. So my phone is like that, and I hear it go through here, go through here, like that.
We don't want them to be too soft.
So why is your brother
So now I'm gonna go ahead and season up the pork chops, and I did turn my stove down a little bit. My water is ice. And what I'm doing at this point is I'm adding about 1/4 cup of chicken broth.
People are going to find out about this either way, right? And he's going to be in trouble anyway.
And about,
This isn't true.
I would say this is about 1/3 cup of my pork gravy seasoning. McCormick,
I don't believe you.
Red Pack,
If that's the case,
Perfect and Perfect, and my Swanson's chicken broth. You could use any kind.
Like, I try to get a cover and don't say my name, you know? So, you want to do it. I'm like, damn, bro, you want to say my name, bro? Check my name.
And then we just want to kind of turn it up a little bit more. Back up. And I'm going to just lightly season this, just to add a little bit more flavor, because like I said, I just seasoned the meat, and I basically want to make sure that everything else is seasoned. So I'm going in with my same things, and I'm just doing a thin coating over the top. Chili powder, cayenne. You could do more or less depending on certain ingredients. Like your cayenne, you might want more, depending on you know, the heat you want. My Montreal grill steaks, my paprika. But everything is probably about, to measure it out, you guys, will probably be about 1 to 2 tablespoons. The pork chops, mixing it in the bowl, I would say everything would have measured out to be about 1 to 2 tablespoons. And what I'm adding to this is about 1 to 2 tablespoons. So like I said, you can choose to add less salt, more salt, less garlic, more garlic, less parsley, more parsley. So it's kind of just to your liking.
Let's get him to call him. That's the least he can do.
My chives, my onion powder, my garlic powder.
We're friends with her for Instagram, and then you stop talking, and then
And like I said, I don't even think I'm doing like 1 tablespoon for this final coat. So when I said 1 to 2, I said you could kind of do up to that. But I'm telling you, if it's like a thin layer, I'm probably doing, you guys, maybe a half of a teaspoon. But you probably shouldn't be doing more than up to
There are 2 tables that are great on Honi Drive and an empty parking lot. And inside a Volkswagen.
And I'm thinking what I might do is take this broccoli out, go ahead, because of the spears, and I'm thinking I'm going to kind of chop it up. So we just want to give this one more quick stir, and then it's pretty much just time to simmer it down, which we're turning it to medium. It's about, yeah, medium low. My burner is different than some people, because like you see, it just goes low and then high. So I'm trying to think of like where I have it exactly at. So yeah, it looks really good. I'm gonna give you guys one quick view. Hold on one. take my broccoli off for a second because I'm gonna just kind of, I'm gonna chop some of that up on my cutting board. I wanted to show you guys real quick. It's a heavy pan. Get that close up. So now I'm gonna add just a little bit of water, and then it's really, I mean, actually at this point I don't need to add too much water.
Introducing the most capable Sierra lineup ever. Get 0%
Yeah, I'm not gonna add water at this time.
Sierra 1500 models.
So that's down really to medium. As you can see it. It don't need to be any higher than that. And then we're gonna take our lid and cover that on up. I'm setting my timer for 25 minutes. I need to look on this box right quick, you guys, and see how long. I don't think this takes longer than. Yeah, so we're just okay. So we're gonna take a quick break because this needs to simmer for 25 minutes. I'm gonna cut up this broccoli right quick, and then it'll be time to kind of make the pasta, but we got a few minutes because that needs to simmer for 25. So I'm so happy that you guys are enjoying this dinner with me. I want to do more stuff like this with you guys, so we'll be back.
Years. I put a few nails
All
in the
right,
trees
you guys.
when they started blowing up
So
boats.
we're watching. I'm now watching some Law and Order because on
I gave him an
MTV
organic apple, and he went
is
away.
the
Okay.
Catfish True Crime, and I didn't really.
Yeah, Jerry Gantz. Down the
It
street.
wasn't my
He just put in
fancy.
a
So
new driveway.
in the pot behind the stove, I'm gonna go ahead and show you real quick that I've got my milk, my water. Oh, excuse me, hold on.
Weird.
I've got my milk, my water, and my butter, and we're just bringing that up to a boil, which it's almost there. Let me get you guys back right quick.
2 minutes. We'll be out of here.
And to that, it was 1 2/3 cup water, 1/4 cup milk, and 2 tablespoons of butter. And then, as it says here, we just want to bring that up to a boil. And then we're going to add in our noodles. And we're going to add in our noodles, the seasoning, and our broccoli. And the timer's down to 5 minutes on our pork chops. They look really good. I'm going to go ahead and get you guys in on that one. Hold on.
Hold on.
I'll give it one more quick stir.
After we book you for possession of a chemical weapon, we'll get a warrant to go through all your personal.
There we go. So there it is. Look at that zoom on it. And
what did Mr. Landy have to say to that?
He started arguing with me.
I'm gonna bump that up
They dropped his bag.
10 minutes.
His video camera tumbled down.
We've got our
His videotape.
So I was getting my gun. Grabbed something.
butter, water,
And then what did you do?
and milk boiling.
I made dinner for my wife. Now
It's a pot holder. It's very hot. And to that, I'm gonna add the broccoli first.
secret videos.
That I wanted to show you guys. I went ahead and chopped it up.
Rangers.
Not perfect, but
Active in those
that's how it is
secret
if you get it, you know, the broccoli
They'll try the manual form.
chops.
But okay.
We want to get that in there, and I'm just stirring that up.
Come back to Staten Island, let them hold him for the terrorism charge. As
And
Mr. Landy sees the Rights Alliance knows he was moonlighting as
we're gonna let it
Michael
come back up on that boil because it dropped down.
Courtney Owens at Rights Alliance.
And then
She
we're
said she
gonna
didn't
go
know about
ahead
Landy's
and
video.
add
But check this out. I had to know
our
from
noodles
police facts over his disorderly conduct
and the
arrest report in
seasoning.
2004.
And then as it says here, we let it go. We reduce it to medium, which I'll drop down the heat. And then we let it go for about 10 minutes. And then I got that, so we're pretty much close to the end of that. I'm gonna chop some sliced tomatoes just to go along with having a vegetable. So we'll be back in a minute. We're getting there. I'm so excited and I'm hungry. I'm ready to eat. Alright, you guys, so I'm gonna show you the finishing touches, and then the only thing that will be left is to plate it up. So here is the noodles with the broccoli, and I just threw some Parmesan on top of that. And I've got over here, hold on, over here I've got some sliced, hold on, I've got some sliced tomatoes and some shredded cheese that I'm going to throw over the top of the plates. And yes, now I'm watching Rick and Morty. And then let me show you the pork chops. And all we got to do is give them one more quick little stir. Get all that incorporated. They're ready to go. Yeah, I'm just doing like one more little flip kick. A flip stir kick thing. Get the lid on that. And then that is turned down all the way to pretty much low.
Where have they gone?
And it's ready to be plated up. I'm gonna get to you guys. So let me make sure you guys can see my face. I want to thank you guys for joining me and making dinner with me. And if you're giving that thumbs up, liking, subscribing, and rolling with me, then you'll know I'm going to post the final pictures of the plate when I do the plate. So you have to check out my Facebook, which is Harriett Griffin, Honey Bear in parentheses, or my Instagram, which is harriettgriffin.33. And I'll see you guys next time.
No, we were just